Oh yeah, we back. Cause we black. We back. We black. Cause we back. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is CJ Kyles, the high value nurse. Back to you once again with another broadcast. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are right here with me. And I thank you very much for joining me today. And today's broadcast should be a pretty fun but serious show at the same time. Um, we're gonna talk about how extreme simping can get you killed. Now, I'm just making. For joining me today. Okay, so I think I'm straight. I think I'm straight. I want to talk about extreme simping, right? Because I was just thinking, I was doing a little bit of reflection, and I remember that I had seen the movie Queen and Slim. And the movie Queen and Slim, I'm not gonna lie, it's probably one of the dumbest films I've ever seen in my life. I'm gonna just keep it so real with you. The movie Queen and Slim is probably one of the most dumb movies I've seen in my life. But we're not gonna get to that right now, and that's not gonna even be the film that I start with. But I do want to talk about simping, and extreme simping, right? So when it comes to simping, as a matter of fact, we're going to do a little research, right? So let's see, what is the definition of simping? Because the term simping has been around for years, and I'm 30. So the first person that I ever heard use the word simping that I vividly remember, and as funny as you may think this is, Bow Wow. Yes, Bow Wow. Growing up, I was a big Bow Wow fan, and I had the first album, and in the song "Puppy Love," I remember him vividly stating that ain't no simping over here, it's big pimping over here. So that was the first time that I had really heard the term simping, if you will. So as time went on, as I gotten older, I would keep hearing the word, and then the word was reintroduced to me by Tariq Nasheed. Now, Tariq Nasheed, for those of you who don't know who he is a best-selling author. He has a book called The Art of Macking. Now he has Tariq Radio, and he focuses on Black empowerment. Um, so, so doing a lot of good things. But then once Tariq started, to me, once I heard Tariq use the word, and once it got popular, the word was just thrown around. Simp this, simp that, simp this, simp that. So I wanted to take the time to see what the definition of a simp was. So according to the Urban Dictionary, because we all know that's where the facts are. Simping, when you infatuate over women, allowing them to take over your mind and cause you to do things for them that you wouldn't normally do. I'm going to use the word simping in a sentence. All right. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Well, not in a sentence, but more so in a dialogue, for an example. I'm going to have to leave this game. I want to see what Ann is doing right now. The homies, you're simping, bro. So, again, when you infatuate over women, allowing them to take over your mind and cause you to do things for them that you wouldn't normally do, that is the Urban Dictionary definition of what simping is. Now, if you look up Google, Wikipedia also has a definition too, and they say simp is an internet slang term describing someone who performs excessive sympathy and attention towards another person, typically someone who doesn't reciprocate the same feelings. This is usually done in pursuit of a sexual relationship. So there you have it. Those are different definitions, but they pretty much mean the same thing. So I started to do a little thinking, and I was just like wondering, because I started thinking about Queen and Slim, and I think the reason Queen and Slim even crossed my mind is because on YouTube, like I had just seen Queen and Slim like pop up, and I'm just like, well, dang, that was a pretty dumb movie. But when you look at movies throughout history, there are many, many movies where you have an extreme case of simping. And if you ask me, 3 come to mind. 1 being Queen and Slim, 2, the Titanic, and 3, Forrest Gump. Now, the difference between those 2 movies and Forrest Gump is that Forrest had a mental disability. He was not all there. So we can kind of give that a pass to a certain degree. Forrest did not have all of his marbles. So I'm going to give Forrest the benefit of the doubt and say his simping came from not being all there mentally, if it makes sense. Now you have the other 2 movies, Queen and Slim. Queen and Slim is a film that has a bunch of random events taking place leading up, and this is spoilers for those. So if you don't want to know the spoilers, I recommend you probably like pause this video and you go back and you watch it, and then you come back to this video. We'll give you 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So Queen and Slim is a movie where a bunch of random things happen and people die. Pretty much. In a nutshell. That is how I can pretty much put it, because Queen and Slim was indeed a bunch of random things happening and people died. So, but let's talk about the simping aspect of Queen and Slim. Or should I do Titanic first? I don't know. Should I do Titanic first, or maybe I should just do Queen and Slim? I think I'm gonna just start with Queen and Slim. So, their names were not even Queen and Slim in the movie. I don't even remember what their actual names were. So I have no idea why they decided to call this movie Queen and Slim. None whatsoever. But that's neither here nor there. But anyway, but just for the sake of conversation, the guy is Slim and the woman is Queen. So if you hear me referring to them as Queen and Slim, you know exactly who I'm talking about. So let's start with the beginning, shall we? The movie starts off with Queen and Slim on a date. I guess it's like a blind date. Maybe they met through an app or something like that. I really can't remember. But the woman, Queen, had no interest in him whatsoever. None whatsoever. It was crazy. She didn't want to be there. She was distracted. She was on her phone. And it was just, you could tell that she had no interest in being there. I don't remember if he picked her up or if she got dropped off. But what happens is that she ends up leaving with him and he goes to drop her off. Excuse me. In the middle of the ride home, she's not really saying much to him. Like, she tells him that she's a lawyer and all that stuff. She really don't like her job that much. And they're pretty much having a discussion about the job. But again, the woman is not that interested in really anything that he has to say. So once they start driving, they inevitably get pulled over by a cop. This is nothing new. This happens quite a bit in movies, especially movies starring black folks. It is what it is. So, swig of water for the working man and woman. So, they get pulled over. Slim tells Queen, I got this. Stay in the car. Stay in the car. Don't worry about it. Okay. Slim gets out the car. The officer is clearly a racist, doing what racist cops do. And then all while their situation was going down, Queen gets out the car and starts talking and yelling and doing all that stuff. Slim tells her, get back in the car. She does not get back in the car. And to make a long story short, they started tussling and Slim ends up shooting and killing the cop. So now they are on the run. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they are on the run. And this movie, I think, took place in a span of maybe a day and a half or 2 days. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter though. Well, I guess it does matter because I guess the shorter the time frame, the more ridiculous it starts to get. So anyway, they're on the run and just a bunch of random things just start happening. Like they go to a gas station. I think they meet like a little person. They trying to get money, find gas, and then they end up going to her uncle's house. And I guess during the whole transition of the film, they start to fall in love, right? So, with that being said, and this whole situation from a woman, that this whole situation took place because of a woman who didn't even like him to begin with. That's how it started. Had it been me, I would have cut the date short. Like this situation wouldn't have popped off. This is what happens when extreme simping takes place, ladies and gentlemen. You've never seen Queen and Slim, Chris? Said, wow, he ruined his life for a woman he didn't even know. Pretty much. I mean, to make a long story short, pretty much. But anyway, they're on the run and everything like that. And I guess they started to fall in love. And just stupid stuff started happening because I guess people are starting to hear about them and they're starting to get a name. They're starting to be like this Black Bonnie and Clyde because I guess they rob a gas station and everything. Now, Slim didn't kill the cop on purpose. They were just like tussling and the gun just went off. But anyway, they go like try to steal. I think they either steal money from the gas station or they do get like they rob it or whatever. Then they go to this car guy. They don't have enough money to get the car fixed. They end up getting it fixed. And then they end up meeting the mechanic's son. I guess the mechanic's son had heard about the story and was inspired. And the mechanic's son had a conversation with Queen and Slim. Then the movie cuts later to a protest that is taking place within the film. This is crazy. Like, this is like all happening. Like, it's wild. A protest happens later with a whole bunch of people, and the little boy, the mechanic's son, is in the middle of the protest. He's actually like right in the front. And then like a cop is like right there. It's like the crowd and the police. It's like a line. You dig what I'm saying? People on this side, the police on that side. Little boy is at the front. He couldn't have been no more than 12, 13. And the black cop is right there. And the black cop is like, son, go home. You know what I'm saying? Son, just go home. And out of nowhere, this little boy has a gun and shoots the cop. Yes, just shot the cop. So I guess he was inspired by Queen and Slim's story. Later on, they end up getting the car fixed. They go to some other white guy's house that I guess Slim knows. And he's trying to figure out a way for them to get out, I guess, of the country or whatever. He tells them about a guy who may have a plug on a plane to get them out of the country. So they go down and try to meet the guy. Meanwhile, in between time, they stop by Queen's uncle's house, who has two random women that he, like, I guess he's like a pimp. And then I guess Queen has some issues with her uncle because I think her uncle did something to her mama. Like, it was just it's a real crazy story. And I know it sounds crazy, but this is like how the story is actually taking place. Like, it's a real crazy film. And then Queen is like, you've never done nothing for me. I need you to do me this favor. This is how they end up with the Cadillac, the car, because they got it from her uncle or whatever. And then they go to a juke joint. They go to a juke joint, and then they start dancing, taking pictures, and like they're on the run at this point. And then at some point, he finally has sex with her, and in the car, they get to the guy's house. So they get to the guy's house who has the plug on the plane to get them out of there. I guess I don't know if I don't remember if the white guy if they were all in it to set him up or whatever. But Queen and Slim are wanted. They're fugitives at this point. So they go to the guy's house, the black guy's house, and he, with the cornrows and the gold teeth and all that stuff. They go to his house. Got killed for her dumb self. Funniest ish ever. Movie just stupid. Yeah. So they go to the guy's house. They go to the guy with the braids house, right? He got the grill and everything like that. He like, yeah, I'm gonna get y'all out of here for some paper. So they get in the car and they go to the plane. Like, they go to where the plane is, right? Now, for her to be a lawyer, she gets paid to cross-examine people and to try to get a good read on people's character. Now, I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. She could have been scared, shaken up, or whatever the case may be. But it was what it was. The guy snitched on him. And it was like I think it was like I don't know, like a $250,000 bounty on their head or something like that. Ends up snitching on him. Turns him into the cops. They both get out the car, and then the police just show up. So it's like a gang of police right there. A gang of police. And Queen, like, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen. Like, at this point, I'm just dumbfounded at the movie because this movie is just so dumb at this point. Like, I think I can pull up the actual scene of them. Because, okay, so what happens is they like, stop what you're doing. Don't move. And then the girl didn't even like him at first. She turns to Slim and says, can I be your legacy? And then he goes, you already are. Pow! Right in the shoulder. Out of here. Out of here. It's over with. Dead. Dead as a doorknob. She dead. Slim looks down at her dead body. This part I did not understand. Like, now, I mean, maybe it's just some kind of artistic expression at this point. Like, I'm not making this up. Y'all can go watch the movie. I know y'all probably think, like, this sounds crazy if you haven't seen it. But anyway, he picks up the dead body, right? Starts walking towards the police. Police like, if you come closer, I'm going to shoot. He's walking with the body in his head. They got the dramatic music playing. The police pointing at him. He said, if you take another step, I'm going to shoot. He took another step and they lit his ass up. Rounds winning him. All that. Out of here. Out of here. Y'all ever notice in movies when people get shot, they do that dance? That's crazy. I'm going to show y'all this scene. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. So this dude literally took rounds for a chick that he met that did not even like him. Right? And people was like it was literally people in the theater like crying. And me and Didi like, what the heck did we just watch? Let me see if I can pull that scene out. Scene up. Can I be your legacy? Legacy of what? What kind of legacy is that? You accidentally killed a cop. Y'all ran to some juke joints, went to your deadbeat uncle's house, couldn't get the car broke down. You finally got the car fixed, and you got sold out by some random dude. Like, what legacy is that? It was slow. Now, one thing positive I will say about the film, it had a real dope soundtrack. I'll give them that. The soundtrack was dope, and from the way it was shot, it was just a good looking film. The cinematography was well done. I will give them that. But everything else, to me, I felt like it was lazy writing, very lazy writing. Like, I didn't even understand like the point. Like, that guy was so big of a simp. And then that just made me realize, like, simp culture is highly profitable. It makes so much sense when you really think about it. Am I still on the air? Oh, did I get rid of StreamYard? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm still on. He said she shot the cop. Oh, so yeah, she shot the cop. She said she shot the cop and held me captive. She died first. The B was crazy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, she did shoot the cop. I thought the gun went out. See, it was so dumb. But let me play this part. Let me see. Where can I find it? Did I get rid of it? I just had it. Can I be your legacy? Can I be your legacy? I want y'all to see how dumb this is. This dude literally, and look, hold on, I'm about to show y'all. I need to switch my account because now it's going to give me all the ads. So hold on. So let's do it like this. We're gonna stop this, stop the music. Yeah, no, I'm still trying to work with StreamYard. Hold on, we're gonna share the video. It was so dumb, like it didn't make sense. Y'all about to take a look at how stupid this is. Fair use. This is the ending scene of Queen and Slim. Like, it was slow. All this could have been avoided had he just not been thirsty. He was thirsty. All this could have been avoided. Because if somebody was disrespecting me the way she was disrespecting him at the beginning of this movie, she wouldn't have got no ride home for me. None of that. All that would have been out the window. Lord have mercy. Oh my God. Oh my God. You talking about kissing on scars? Y'all finna be mincemeat out here, and you worried about some scars. You finna be mincemeat. It's over. And you worried about some scars? Player, you better be trying to get right with God, because this is over. End of the line. You're finished. You talking about kissing on scars. Simping to the end. Committing to the simping. This is utterly ridiculous. I wonder who wrote this script. I think, was it Lena White? I think that's her name. Didn't she write this script? Utterly ridiculous. He can't. She's a lawyer. A lawyer. Like this is what didn't make sense to me about this film. Like she's a lawyer. She could have fought this. You would think, right? She could have put all them lawyer skills. All this could have been avoided. This could have been avoided. She could have put them lawyer skills to use. Oh, you can't hear it? You can't hear it? Oh. She could have put all them lawyer skills to use and done something with it instead of going out like this. You sure you can't hear it? I can hear it good. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, she was a lawyer. Yeah, she's a lawyer in this movie. Made no sense whatsoever. None. 2 minutes of staring. Simping to the end. Ladies and gentlemen, this man died over a woman who didn't want him, that he met just a day ago. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? But ladies and gentlemen, it gets better than that. Because you have the famous movie Titanic. Now, I'm assuming that most of y'all have seen Titanic. I wanted to get it from both ends, so I didn't want y'all to think that I was just trying to put black people down or anything like that. No. There is simping in all communities. Simping in all communities. Yes, there is. There is simping in all communities. Ladies and gentlemen. Titanic may be the biggest simp film of all time. Now, I'll give you this. As somebody who loves to cruise, I am a fan of Titanic, the Titanic movie. A lot of people call it boring, but it's still a decent story. I dig Titanic. It's long as hell, but I still dig it. But Jack was clearly a simp because he only knew this broad for a good day and a half. Long story short, he was a bum who won a ticket to get on the ship. He met that chick. She ain't want nothing to do with him at first because he was broke and a loser. But her dude that she was with was just the a-hole. They ended up talking. He took her to a dance on the lower level of the ship where all the other poor people were. She liked hanging with the poor people. They had sex. The ship hit an iceberg. The water came in the ship. People died. The boat sank. They end up on the door. And the door was huge. Very big door. It was enough room for everybody, well, not everybody, but for Jack and Rose to get on that door. But the simp energy in him was so strong, he decided that no, I'm not going to get on the door or even attempt to get on the door. No. I am going to let this woman with whom I just met a day and a half ago, not even a whole 48 hours, with who I smashed the same night, I'm going to let her stay on the damn door while I'm in the water in the middle of the ocean, freezing to death. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you tell me what sense does that make? But you want to know what's even sadder about that? You want to know what's even sadder about that? It's a lot of people who will probably do it. Now, don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I have no issue with the whole theory of love at first sight and lovey-dovey, all that stuff. But let it be known, both these women that I'm talking about in these films had no interest in the dude whatsoever. And at the end of a short time span, 1 to 2 days, they both died. Death. Over. Kaput. Finished. Out of here. It's a wrap. Gone. Finito. Fade to black. died over women who originally did not want them. That is a testament to how far the simping goes. And I know this is a reflection of real life because there's dudes out here who killed themselves over women. Yes, extreme simping can kill you. It can kill you. Now, I have to give credit where credit is due. If anybody is familiar with the film Forrest Gump did not kill himself. He did not kill himself over the. Wait a minute. That's another film where the woman died before the man. But she still ended up winning in the end. Because although Forrest was a simp, he was mentally disabled, right? And she took clear advantage of that. You know, Forrest and Jenny. Jenny, I love you, Jenny. You know, Forrest was on that shit. And when they started out as kids, he liked her ever since he was a child. And Forrest waited for her. I'm prone to believe Forrest never had sex with another woman. Jenny didn't want him. Jenny was kicking it with the Black Panthers and then ran through by them and was singing in strip clubs naked, playing the guitar. And Captain Forrest would come in and save her on occasions. When Jenny was trying to get it in the car, Captain Forrest came and beat up the guy. Jenny became, throughout the movie, as the movie went on, she was older. She came back when she was older, washed up, and out of options. And she said, who can I lean on to get me out of this situation? She said, I got a good simp in mind. Let me give old Forrest a call. Let me give old Forrest a call, ladies and gentlemen. And that's exactly what she did. She gave Forrest a call, and Forrest answered. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Forrest was rich. He had money. He didn't care. That was the love of his life. The love of his life. Simping? Maybe. Mentally off? Sure. Love stricken? Possible. Well, ain't no possible. That's a guarantee. Forrest loved her. He loved her. Now, what confuses me about this movie and what I'm not too sure of, I believe they tried to say Jenny in the movie died of AIDS. That has always been the rumor. But I guess Jenny had a son, and she claimed that it was Forrest. So if she had a son, and they never showed anything in between her son meeting Forrest and the time of her demise, and if she did die of AIDS, either when she got back with Forrest, she cheated on him, or she had AIDS from the beginning when she got back with Forrest. Because I don't know, I don't think the little boy had HIV or anything like that. If that's how she died, I'm pretty sure that's what they say Jenny died of. Forrest had the, but he said that, didn't Jenny say that? What? That wasn't Forrest's son? No. But she named him Forrest. Are you serious? You trying to tell me, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. I need somebody, another person to tell me right now when Jenny came back in Forrest Gump's life that was not his kid. Tell me that right now. That's going to change my whole, I already thought Jenny was bad news. But are you, Didi, are you sitting here telling me right now, I'm about to look this up. I'm about to look this up. Was Jenny's kid Forrest? Jenny spent 5 years past Forrest Jr.'s birth to reveal to him Forrest, and only really decides he should know who his father was when she gets sick. In either case, there had to be something keeping Jenny away for so long, and one would think it wasn't her fear of Forrest's reaction. Hold up, wait a minute. Now I'm tripping at this point. And I'm trying to think what. So let me hold on. Let me slow down. Let me slow my mind down, because this just might have changed my thought pattern for the last 26 years of what I thought about this movie. Wait a minute. What did Jenny die from on Forrest Gump? HIV. It says HIV. Okay. Let's see. Hold up. Forrest and Jenny. Run, Forrest, run. So she died of HIV. But they got married. So when she had HIV, she must. Wait a minute. Was Jenny really that much of a thought? Wait a minute. Mm-mm. There is no proof, as presented in the movie, that Little Forrest is the son of Big Forrest. In order to do, let me see, date and time from Jenny and Forrest slept together sometime in Greensboro. Little Forrest age in the present. Like, oh my God. But if she died of HIV, that means when they got married, she must have had it. So between time when Little Forrest was born, she was messing around and caught it. Then she married a man while knowingly having HIV. So did Forrest get HIV? Bro, this it's like so many. Now I have so many questions. And Didi says, how many people got names of men who are not their fathers? Wow. Jenny was out there. I have so now I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. So Forrest Gump was a book. Okay. So in 1994's Forrest Gump, the mother of Forrest Jr., played by Robin Wright, dies after suffering from an illness implied to be HIV/AIDS. Wow. Well, they say technically it's never clarified in the film. Oh my God. This is crazy. Let me see. Hold up. Jenny's true cause of death was long rumored to be associated with either HIV or AIDS or hepatitis C due to the early 80s setting and the character's lifestyle from years prior. In 2019, Forrest Gump screenwriter Eric Roth confirmed that Jenny did indeed die from HIV/AIDS complication. During an interview about the film's 25th anniversary, Roth discussed details of a sequel that was canceled after the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Thank God we did not need a Forrest Gump 2. He reveals that Forrest Gump's sequel was actually going to open with the revelation that Forrest Jr. had AIDS. Oh my God! Jenny wasn't shit. She wasn't shit. Ladies and gentlemen, they said in Forrest Gump 2, it was implied that little Forrest had AIDS. So it wasn't Forrest's son. Oh boy. Let me read the rest of this. Jenny. Let's see. Jenny. Roth also notes that he wrote a comedically dark scene involving Florida kids that refused to attend the same school as Forrest Jr. We had a funny sequence where they were desegregating in Florida at the same time. So people were angry about either what they say, buzzing, or kids having to go to school with people who had AIDS. So there was a big conflict. Per Roth, the Forrest Gump sequel had more dark subtext beyond the HIV/AIDS plotline. One scene involved Hank's character riding in the back of O.J. Simpson's Ford Bronco during the famous 1994 freeway chase, and another scene had Forrest ballroom dancing with Princess Diana, who tragically passed away in 1997. Roth also wrote a sequence where a Native American character who Forrest befriends gets killed in 1995 Oklahoma City bombing. The sequel was ultimately canceled when the 9/11 tragedy made the screenplay meaningless. And so movie fans are left with Forrest Gump, a 90s classic that does indeed cover many historical events, but ultimately settles on Jenny's legacy. So Forrest was not the father. Forrest was not the father. So not only was Forrest not the father, this woman had a disease, knowingly had a disease, the kid had a disease, and he was raising a woman's child, and it wasn't his kid. And not only was it not his kid, they had the package. This is really gut wrenching to me, because I've always known, well, not always known, but I've always suspected but see, that was always my lingering question. If she had it, the kid would have it, or she was either messing around right after the kid was born with somebody else, so that's how she contracted it, got with Forrest, married Forrest, and then what? Ladies and gentlemen, this is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, Forrest didn't get killed, but he certainly got finessed. Well, but Forrest didn't even realize, he didn't know what was going on. Forrest didn't know. He didn't know. He was not all there. How many people got names of men who was not their fathers? CKQ says Family Guy had a skit about this and how she was for the streets. I told you, I watched that movie like 100 times. Wow, now I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it. That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. I did not know that. Well, I guess when you think about it, it will have to be that way, because Jenny clearly had a child. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. Unbelievable. When you put it all together, it's like it's mind-blowing. Jenny was for the streets for real. Jenny was really for the streets. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess you learn something new every day. That was pretty shocking for me, because I'm just like, I guess I always assumed that Forrest Gump's kid maybe she got pregnant with him. I guess this is how I always thought it would be. I always thought it would be I thought it was Forrest Gump's son. They might have had sex before the last time she took off. But then, no, well, it couldn't have been his kids, because they never said Forrest Gump had AIDS. So, wow. So I guess the latter would be she had a kid by somebody else. She named him Forrest. Contracted HIV. The kid got HIV. Wow. I'm really like shocked at this point, people, because that's insane. That is simply amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I got for you for right now. I need to go think about this and maybe rewatch Forrest Gump. And be sure to tune in tonight. We have a special show. We are going to highlight the ladies tonight, and we are going to talk about mental health, Black women and mental health. And we're also going to talk about how Black women are changing the culture. Should be a good show. Y'all make sure y'all tune in later tonight. And it's going to be great. So I'll holler at y'all in a minute. Peace. I will holler at y'all. Wait a minute. Hold up. Okay, I thought I saw something different. All right.